I wrote these words in the days following watching the presidential debate, and I just wanted to share them. I have a lot on my mind these days, but the state of the country is at the forefront right now because I am terrified for what's to come. We've become a divided nation. Tonight, I listened to the presidential debate and I saw so much hatred. My eyes were wide in astonishment while listening. Then I listened to a bunch of analysts sit around a table having an audibly intelligent and engaging discussion about the debate. They all agreed that it was subpar at best, and the comments ranged from, "This is scary," to, "Well, the Democrats are panicking." Then the discussion ended and the news moved on to something else. They didn't conclude or resolve anything. They only gave opinions. They agreed to disagree and no solution was proposed. So basically, the usual mediocrities. I'm so tired of all of the opinions swirling these days. I mean, as I see it, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. What I want to know is, what are we going to do to fix the problems? After the debate, I watched an interview on YouTube from Fill in the Blanks from 3 weeks ago, where Dr. Phil attempted to have a conversation to understand where Donald Trump stands on the legal issues post all of the drama, the pardonings, the misdoings, and quite honestly, probably even more so to find out if Trump felt any regret or apology, lamentation over the things that have happened and the way that he has disrespected us as a people with his arrogant behavior. It again was mediocrities. I think my attitude about Trump's misdoings has shifted from unsure about guilty, whether or not guilty, to just simply irritated. I don't think the issue at hand with him is even whether or not he did it or these things anymore. It's only whether he's capable of apologizing and expressing regret. And after what I saw, I think the answer is a hard no. I don't have any comments on Biden because I'm now just as confused as he seems to be. So I really hope someone clarifies where we're at there. I don't know about Kamala either because she's no more transparent with the people than anyone else has been. She didn't answer any questions directly when she was asked about Biden's performance during the debate. She acted as if there was nothing to worry about. Clearly, we're all concerned, and no one knows what's going on. So the question becomes, is she aware of Biden's unfit state and hiding it? Or is she shut out and out of the loop, and she can't express that because she shouldn't be out of the loop in the first place and she's vice president of the United States? But basically, either way, I have a problem. If his performance on the debate was acceptable to her, I have a problem. If her vague answers are acceptable to her, I have a problem. If she feels that Biden is fit as a fiddle, and she can't articulate that, I have a problem. The problem is, I want to know. I want our government to have transparency, integrity, and a unified goal. What's best for the people of this country. I just feel like this country is in shambles and everyone is fighting instead of looking for a solution. I sat in silence after the debate for a long time, processing my thoughts, generating idea after idea, and connecting potential dots to create strategic solutions to the problems I observe. This is when you know I'm a weird one. These are the things I think about at 10 o'clock at night when other people are watching TV. I think about what it would take to fix our country and how we could do it. I believe in revolutionizing things that aren't working anymore. You have to start over. You don't have to start over. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to hitch it to a new wagon. As my mind reeled after the debate, still I couldn't stop my heart from aching at what we have become as a people, as Americans. We constantly fight and divide and we pick sides. I feel this ugly feeling of despair forming in the pit of my stomach, and it makes me sad, realizing that this country's come to a place where no one can get along. If they have opposing viewpoints, there is no respect, human decency, common courtesy, because people walk around on the defensive, waiting to strike at the first person who triggers them. We used to live on the offensive, loving our neighbor. Now we poke holes and we aim below the belt without accountability because trauma becomes an excuse for lashing everywhere and spewing hatred on others to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Everywhere we look, there are mean people. People must now think that being loving and nice is impossible or doesn't exist anymore from the good old days when things were simpler. But yes, it does. The presidential debate, that atrocity is unacceptable. There is no excuse for not being nice. And the debate was embarrassing to me as an American, supposedly voting for one of them. I don't want either of them. We as a people are worth more than this. We as a people deserve more. And we as a people have something to freaking say. I do, at least. And I know so many people do too, because this is a sad state of affairs. Donald Trump and Joe Biden could not even exist cordially. They were simply supposed to tell the voters who they are, what they do, and what it's going to look like. That's not what happened. They couldn't even exist in the same room on full public display without turning into childish, puberty-level, trigger-happy monsters, because neither of them had even a modicum of self-control or regard for maintaining their composure for such an event. It's only the 2024 presidential debate between the two people who are trying to convince us that they can lead this country. I mean, what? Like, is this for real? It's a disappointment. These two men attempted to tell an international audience they can run this country effectively, and still neither of them could refrain from below the belt remarks about weight, who's the best, who's smarter, and who's more capable of turning the other's mistakes around. They even argued about golf handicaps. This is where we're at these days. This is where we're at as a nation. This week, I watched two white men look at each other on national television, and they looked at each other down the barrel of a gun. They looked at each other with hatred, demeaning actions, and childish resorts. Excuse me. Good girl. You want to know what happened to freedom of speech that this country was built to provide? People are allowed to act like that and claim freedom of speech. No. Your freedom of speech ends at their livelihood. The problem is that the freedom is around and no one cares anymore. We don't care about the privilege of freedom because we're free to have it with no consequences for taking advantage of it. We're in a new day and age where the dreams that this country was built on are crushed by any person who believes differently. It's really not that hard to stop talking and just be nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, go away. Seriously, more people should try it these days. We seceded from authority overseas because that authority tried to silence us as a people. We seceded from people who couldn't get along with the idea of free speech and free will and a government built by the people for the people. That government needs the people, but we don't work together anymore. Politics and civilian people basically operate as these silo units that don't communicate and hate each other. Public sector and private sector do not communicate enough. And now it's not about best for the majority anymore. It's not about best for the people anymore. It is about who has the loudest voice, the sharpest threats, and the wallet to match. That is why I'm sad and disappointed and angry right now in the state of our nation, because this hatred isn't what I grew up learning. I thought that when we love each other and forgive our human nature, we can correct wrongs, understand past mistakes, and reconcile differences. I thought that we believed in every individual having value and a voice. I thought that we believed in ourselves. It's time to gather. It's time to unite. And it's time to put down the weapons and come into a circle to have a conversation with no yelling, diplomatic decision making, and a unified goal. What is best for the majority? We can only do it if everyone joins in. That is what the flag is about. That's what the Star Spangled Banner. That's why it's revered. And that's why I put my hand over my heart. I don't know where this nation is headed, but I will do everything I can to revolutionize the way the world works because it is time. Now is the time. I have a dream, but even more important, I believe it's possible. I dream that we can change the world for the better collectively as a people. Can we light a fire to fix a broken world? I don't know. Maybe not. It depends on the maturity that ensues after the very first step takes place. I have a dream, and you should too. I have a dream that one day we can unite as a people who understand each other in a brand new way. Do you ever wish this world would stop sometime so you can hear yourself think without all the yelling interfering? The whole world would have to stop yelling at once. The ones who keep yelling will eventually die out as their power is not fed. And those who are silent will stand in solidarity in one unified pledge. We pledge that we want to do better. We pledge that we will do better. We pledge that we will unite as a people collectively to heal this broken world of hatred because love overcomes all. It takes one match to light a spark, and every person has to do their part equally, or it cannot survive. And if the movement cannot survive, it cannot grow. If something is not growing, it is dying. So everyone, collectively, if they all did their part and leaned in at the exact same time, making the same decision to stop fighting and start listening, the world will stop long enough for us to stop yelling at each other and fix the problems. I'm tired of the hatred. And to be something different, we have to do something different. And enough people have to do it to fix what has gotten us to this place. We can all just be nice to each other. Nothing worth having comes easy, and the one thing that is missing from this world today is love. When was the last time you said you love someone, and did you say it? Or did you show it? Did you say that you love them, or did they already know? Do you say that you love people, or do they know that you love them by your actions? Do they feel love from you? You have to give it enough to receive it. And if this world starts loving more, we'll light a fire to revolutionize this country. It takes a willing collective to take responsibility, each only for one thing, themselves. I'll try. Will you choose better along with me? Will you choose to listen and attempt to love even when you don't understand someone's viewpoint? Do you want to make a point, or do you want to change the world? You're just one person like me. We're not enough to change the world alone, but if you help a collective change the world and you believe in that vision, believe me, my friend, that collective will change you. I believe love is possible, and change requires willing people and a common goal. I believe in people, and I believe in this country. Do you believe the world can change for the better? Maybe, maybe not. One thing is for sure, though. We can do better, and the rest happens accordingly. It's always giving me that last few seconds that I screw it all up. Anyway, thank you very much.